House will come to order. Today's Pledge of Allegiance is by Ryan Booker from Craig Middle School in Craig, Colorado.
Please join me in saying the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Representatives Arndt, Baker J, Baker K, Beckman, Benavides, Bridges, Buck, Buckner, Carver, Catlin, Coleman, Covarrubias, Danielson, Danielson, Escar, Everett, Exum, oh, thank you. Foot, Garnett, Janal, Janal, Gray, Hamner, Hanson, excused, Herod, Putin, Humphrey, Jackson, Kennedy, Kraft-Tharp, Landgraf, Representative Landgraf,
Excused. Or never mind, Representative Landgraf is here.
Lawrence, Lebsock, Lee, Leonard, Lewis, Liston, Lontine, Lundeen, McKean, McLaughlin, Melton, Michelson Janae, Neville, Pabon, Pedersen, Rankin, Ransom, Breyer, oh, thank you. Roberts, Rosenthal,
Are you doing it right away?
Sane,
Excused.
Salazar, Sandridge, Sias,
Excused.
Singer, Thurlow, Valdez, Van Winkle, Weissman, Willett, Williams, Wilson, Winter, Wist, Young. Madam Speaker.
Present.
Hanson, Sane, and Sias.
With 62 present and 3 excused, we do have a quorum. Representative Michael Santanay, good morning.
Good morning, Madam Speaker. Thank you so much for calling upon me, and happy Tu B'Shvat. I move that the reading of the Journal of Wednesday, January 31st, 2018 be dispensed with and approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
All right, members, you have heard the motion. All of those in favor signify by saying aye. Those opposed, oh my goodness, so many naysayers. That motion passes. Announcements, introductions. Any announcements or introductions? Members, we have some important announcements and introductions. Representative Hamner and Representative Eskar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, if we could have your attention quickly, please. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I sent out an email yesterday, and we wanted to just make sure to announce this on the floor as well, but there was an idea that brewed in the past few months to make sure that we all really understand all of the policies of our workplace, not only for ourselves, but for our interns and for our aides and for our lobbying friends. And you all received the email. We have these posters available for anybody who wants one to put in their office. All you have to do is come by my office, which is 223. It's also in the email. And all this QR code is the actual policy. So if there's anybody who may be experiencing something they're uncomfortable with, they can look up the policy, and it tells them exactly what to do and how to make sure that they are part of a safe workplace.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And members, we just thought that this would be a really important visual reminder that when we work here in the Capitol, that we are committed to having a safe and respectful atmosphere, and visually displaying the sign reminds us of that commitment on a daily basis. And we ask for your willingness to post one of these in your office.
Representative Eskar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And members, I know we have a lot of things to read as far as bills and everything that we have to deal with on a daily basis. But in order to pick one of these up, we will ask you to just sign that you have read the pledge that you signed says, I have read and understand the legislator's workplace harassment policy and pledge to uphold it. So take a look, come by my office, 223, and pick up a poster for your office to just make sure everybody feels safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Representative Hamner and Representative Eskar. All right, any further announcements or introductions? Representative Melton and Representative Everett.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Are you guys ready for Bowtie Friday tomorrow? Who's here is listening? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller. Okay. All right. So tomorrow, once again, bolo, bow tie, baby, and scarf, and what's the other thing? Ascot. Ascot. Apparently, the minority leader is going to wear an ascot tomorrow, which will definitely make the front page news. So Bowtie Friday tomorrow. Thank you and God bless.
Any further announcements or introductions? Representative Lee.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just a notice to the Judiciary Committee that House Bill 1110, Colorado Constitutional Rights, is back on the calendar for this afternoon. So see you this afternoon. Thank you. Thank you.
Members, it is very loud in here. Representative Janah.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and members of the HIA Committee. We are not meeting in room 107 today. We will be in room 271 this afternoon at 1:30. Please be there promptly. We have 2 bills that we're hearing, and they're probably going to be long bills. So please remember the room change from 107 to 271. Thank you.
All right, further announcements or introductions? Representative Liston, I saw was waiting.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, I just want to bring a bit of economic news that some of you may not have seen. But yesterday, the Conference Board, which is a business research group, every month they announced the Consumer Confidence Index, and it was announced yesterday that it's at 125.4, which is the highest it's been in years, So America is back, the consumers are confident, and this is a projection of what is going to happen over the next 6 months. So God bless America.
Thank you, Representative Liston, and thank you, Barack Obama. Representative Winter.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just transportation and energy, we have a field trip today. We are going on a field trip upon adjournment to see E470 meet on the south steps of the Capitol. See you soon.
Further announcements or introductions? Representative McKean, good morning.
Good morning, Madam Speaker. It is an honor to serve with you.
Oh, it is an honor to serve with you, too.
I know, hot diggity dog. Hey, would you hit that hammer for a minute?
Yes, I would
Thank
be
you.
happy to. Representative McKean.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you for your attention, everybody. I have the big red box. Now, here's the deal. I drove down from the Land of Love this morning. The Land of Love was about 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches on my side of town, almost 6 inches deep in snow. And then I get here and the sun is shining and the birds are singing. So it's only appropriate that today on the 1st of February, I remind you that on my desk will be a box into which you can place Valentines. But I found myself driving north last year in a frenzied state to get Valentines to the little old ladies who stamp them on, I believe it was the 12th of February, which means that they probably didn't get where they needed to go in time. So you have 1 week. So next Friday will be the last day that I will have my box out to put Valentines in, because I don't want them to get late to the people you love. So we have this here. We will be seeing Miss Loveland Valentine on February the 12th, and we're excited about that. But come, bring your Valentines. I will get them up to Loveland, and we will get them stamped with our special cachet verse. Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, the very first Valentine's going in this box, and I just think we should advertise it. It goes to our wonderful Chief Clerk, Marilyn Edmonds.
Representative Lewis.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It is with pride and I just had breakfast with the city of Trinidad, so it was with pride from one of my counties, Los Animas County. I'd like to introduce Mayor Phil Rico and the City Council from Trinidad. Let's welcome them. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us, Mayor Rico. It's good to see representation from Southern Colorado here with us today. Any further announcements or introductions? Who's next? Representative Singer.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just a reminder to our local government folks, upon adjournment of the House and the Senate, we will be meeting in room 271 for a briefing from the Joint Budget Committee. Do not forget to bring your JBC booklets with you. You've been notified, not warned, you've been notified that that is up to you to bring your JBC budget books with you. We'll see you upon adjournment of the House and the Senate Local Government Committee.
All right, further announcements or introductions? Representative Kraftharp.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Business Affairs and Labor Committee will be meeting today at 1:30. We have a sunset review on the cost-benefit analysis and proposed rules. And then Representative Liston will be joining us and presenting his bill, 1105, Motor and Power Sports Vehicle License Requirements. See you then.
Further announcements or introductions? Representative Hamner and Madam Majority Leader Becker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, the supplementals are coming. The supplementals are coming.
So next week is budget supplementals, and so we will be caucusing on Tuesday upon adjournment in LSBA and LSBB. So after we are done on the floor, it'll be a short day on the floor on Tuesday. We will all head over there. You will caucus with your party to go over budget supplementals. And then the rest of the week,
Thank you, Madam Speaker and members. Actually, the supplemental bills, which amend the current budget year in which we are operating right now, will be read across the desk on Monday. And then Tuesday morning, the Appropriations Committee will meet at 7:30 a.m. And then upon adjournment of floor work on Tuesday, we'll caucus, as you heard from our Madam Majority Leader. Second readings will be on Wednesday, and third readings will be on Thursday. You will have a little booklet, a new booklet placed on your desk that will have an overview of the general fund for this budget year and the supplemental requests and orbital bills. You should have those on your desk on Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, further announcements or introductions? Any further announcements or introductions? Seeing no further, yes, announcements and introductions? Okay. I asked 2 times. Representative Hooton and Representative Beckman.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker, and good morning.
Good morning.
And good morning to everyone here. Clearly, you all recognize that today is Women's Heart Health Day, and I appreciate all the wonderful red that I'm seeing out there in the chamber.
Good morning.
Representative Beckman.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We have a tribute today that Representative Hooton is going to read, and then we're going to say a few words.
Okay, great. So you were going to do a tribute? Fantastic. Members, can we have your attention?
Thank you, members. In recognition, and Madam Speaker, in recognition of the organization's ongoing fight against heart disease and stroke in women through increasing awareness, speaking about heart disease, and empowering women to reduce their risk for cardiovascular disease, we hereby declare Thursday, February 1st, 2018, as National Wear Red Day. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you.
Representative Beckman.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Chances are that we all know someone affected by heart disease and stroke, because about 22,000 Americans die of cardiovascular disease each day. And so at the legislature, we know a lot of numbers. We deal with numbers all year long. House Bill 1066, House Bill 1052, House Bill 14. We have phone numbers, 303-866-2903. That's Marilyn's number. No, we deal fiscal notes, budgets. Is it 3 million? Do we have 5 million? Do we have 77,000? That fiscal note. We deal with a lot of numbers. Birthdays, PIN numbers, passwords. But the most critical numbers that you should be thinking about is numbers for your heart health. The knowledge that could save your life. Because if you can't come to work and do this good work, it doesn't really matter. That's why Go Red for Women, and Representative Hooton and I are encouraging all women to schedule a visit to their doctor to learn their personal health numbers, including blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, and body mass index, and assess their risk for heart disease and stroke, and the guys too. It's really very important.
Thank you. Madam Speaker.
Representative Hooton.
Thank you, and thank you, Representative Beckman. And to that point, I'm speaking primarily to the women in this chamber, my colleagues. Women know that we tend to put our health at the bottom of our list, and we let stress, we take on the burdens of our family and our colleagues, our constituents on our shoulders. We often don't share about the stress that we live with every day. And instead of choosing exercise, and I'm as guilty as anyone else in this room, I choose a breakfast burrito. Here at the Capitol, it's donuts, or it's Representative Wilson's hot dogs. But, you know, but while we ignore our health and we increase the stress in our lives, this job is very stressful, we all know that, there is going on inside of us a lot of challenges that can surface at any moment and cause a stroke. or the next thing you know, you have a heart disease that can't be reversed. It can only be treated. So I think it's really important that we take a moment to take care of ourselves. You've heard this before. It bears repeating. Your health is your wealth. And we're all very passionate about the people that we're serving and representing. And if we're not standing here today in good shape, and we've got some members here in the chamber who are facing some real health challenges now, and they can speak to the value of being able to get up every day full of energy and the ability to serve our people. So thank you, women, for thinking twice about that first bite of a donut. And thanks for all the men in this chamber who support the women in their lives and living them healthily. Thank you.
Representative Beckman.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And one more reminder, we have a Doctor of the Day at the Capitol. And if you're not feeling well, utilize them. They'll come to your office, or you can find them. Marilyn will help you find them, as she did me last week. So utilize, don't ignore signs. See a doctor and take care of yourself.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. Representative Roberts, did you have an announcement or introduction? Oh, we have another one. All right, Representative Roberts and Representative Hooton. Representative Hooton.
Yes, thank you, Madam Speaker. And today Representative Roberts and I would like to take a moment to acknowledge incredible athlete, Michaela Schifrin, as you know, from Colorado, from Representative Roberts' district. I grew up in northern Vermont, and I was fortunate to grow up on skis. I was the captain of my ski team when I was a senior in high school. So, and Senator Priola, who initiated this, knew that, so he invited me to participate on the House side in this tribute. And I spoke to Representative Roberts because I know that Michaela is his constituent, so he's joining me in this tribute. So he will take a moment to read the tribute, and then we both have some remarks to make. Thank you.
Okay, Representative Roberts.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And thank you, members. I'll read the tribute for Michaela Schifrin. The Colorado State Legislature congratulates Michaela Schifrin of Vail, Colorado, for her accomplishments and achievements in downhill skiing, with 4 slalom championships, 1 overall World Cup championship, 41 World Cup titles, and 59 podiums, as well as a gold medal in the slalom at the 2014 Winter Olympics. Schifrin exemplifies the robust Coloradan spirit. She became the youngest woman in U.S. history to win a world championship and the youngest athlete in history to win an Olympic slalom gold medal. The future is bright for one of our state's biggest stars with the Pyeongchang Games right around the corner. We will watch and cheer her on.
That's right. So,
Representative Hooton.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Schifrin's meteoric rise into the World Cup elite wasn't a surprise. Schifrin posted her first World Cup starts at 15-year-old and nearly scored her first points. Her first podium happened a year later in 2012. In 2013, Schifrin became the first U.S. Slalom World Cup champion since Tamara McKinney in 1983. She backed it up in 2014 with title number 2 by notching 5 wins, and again in 2015 with 5 more wins. 3 straight World Cup slalom titles. And if any of you out there know anything about skiing, that's a phenomenal run. She became the youngest woman in U.S. history to win a world championship and the youngest athlete in history to win an Olympic slalom gold medal. And there are more comments I'd like to make about Michaela, but you'll be reading a lot about her in the next month, so I don't think I have to go into detail. I just want to mention that she's one of those rare athletes. We've seen it in Phelps, and we saw it in Michael Phelps and in Apollo. Every once in a while, there's an athlete who, as soon as they step onto the rink or ski up to the top gate, or stand on the side of a pool, you know they own it. They just have this rare ability to own their domain and have a complete confidence that they're going to win. And that is Michaela, and I admire her so tremendously, and really look forward to watching the Winter Olympics and her great success, which I know she'll have.
Representative Roberts.
Thank you. And thank you, Representative Hooten. Since I have the podium here, I just want to also honor all of our state's Olympic athletes who are headed to South Korea right now for the Olympics that start next week. Michaela Schifrin hails from my district in Eagle County, but my district, and I have to brag a little bit, is also sending 10 other athletes to the Olympics, as well as 31 total from the state of Colorado. Steamboat Springs, where I grew up, is nicknamed Ski Town, USA, because that steamboat has produced more Olympians than any other city in all of North America. So on behalf of the Colorado House, I'd like to honor all of our state's athletes and wish best of luck, especially to the 11 athletes from Eagle and Routt counties, and best of luck to all our Colorado athletes as they head to South Korea to represent our state and our country. Go USA.
Hey. Nicely done. Thanks, Rep. Roberts and Rep. Hooten. Any further announcements or introductions? Any further announcements or introductions? Seeing none, that now takes us to general orders, second reading of bills. Representative Jackson. All right, members, you have heard the motion. Seeing no objection, Representative Jackson will take the chair.
The committee will come to order. With your unanimous consent, the bills will be read by title unless there is a request for reading a bill at length. Committee amendments will not be read unless requested, as they are printed and in your bill folders. Floor amendments will be shown on the screen and, of course, on your iPads and not read until requested. Bills will be laid over upon motion of the majority leader, and the coat rule is relaxed. Mr. Randall, please read the title of House Bill 1010.
House Bill 1010 by Representatives Lee and Wilson concerning youth committed to the Department of Human Services in connection therewith requiring the Department to report certain data and adding members to the Youth Restraint and Seclusion Working Group.
Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move House Bill 181010 and the Judiciary Report.
To the Judiciary Report. Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Colleagues, I know this won't come as a surprise to any of you that have appeared before the illustrious Judiciary Committee here in the House, but they felt like they needed to add some verbiage to House Bill 1010, and amazingly, they got it right. So I would ask for an aye vote, as the Judiciary Committee did do some wordsmithing on the bill and made it better. I would recommend an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion on the Judiciary Committee report? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of the Judiciary Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Judiciary report passes. To the bill, Representative Lee.
Thank you, Madam Chair. House Bill 1010 is basically a cleanup bill from last year's Division of Youth Services reform bill. And what the bill is designed to do is to ensure that the Division of Human Services reports recidivism, rates and numbers, and that it reports educational outcomes of the kids that go through the system. Unless we get results, we don't really know how effective the programs are. In addition, the bill provides for the addition of 2 people to the Seclusion and Restraint Working Group, which oversees those aspects of DYS work. It adds a parent of a juvenile who has been incarcerated to the working group, and it adds a member of the, or a person appointed by the Child Protection Ombudsman. So we would request an aye vote on the bill.
Is there any further discussion on House Bill 1010? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of House Bill 1010. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
Thank you, sir.
The ayes have it. House Bill 1010 is adopted. Mr. Randall, please read the title of House Bill 1005.
House Bill 1005 by Representatives Pedersen and Becker J. concerning notice of post-secondary course enrollment options available to high school students.
Madam Majority Leader Becker.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to lay over House Bill 1005 till tomorrow, Friday, February 2nd.
Are there any objections? Seeing none, House Bill 1005 will be laid over as requested by the Majority Leader. Mr. Randall, please read the title of House Bill 1079.
House Bill 1079 by Representative Beckman, House Senator Crowder, concerning a requirement that the Works Allocation Committee prepare annual recommendations for the use of the Colorado Long-Term Work Reserve.
Representative Beckman.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. I move House Bill 1079 and the committee report.
To the Finance Committee report. Representative Beckman.
Each of the 64 counties serve vulnerable families in your district by administering the federally funded temporary aid to needy families. This program provides employment assistance, child care, financial, and other assistance to families with the goal to get them back on their feet. Counties do a great job. Even though counties have the responsibility to administer these programs, they are currently not given the role in decisions by the State Department of Human Services about how to spend the long-term TANF reserves. And that's not right. Oh, the committee report?
Representative Pabon.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thanks, Representative Beckman, for bringing what seemed like a kumbaya amendment between the Department of Human Services and the counties to have a very robust discussion about the Works Reserve and making sure that there's a separation there, as there should be, between state money and county money. And I think the amendment was properly vetted and discussed, and support the committee report, and thank Representative Beckman for her good work on this bill.
Thank you, Representative Pabon.
Is there any further discussion on the Finance Committee report? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of the Finance Committee report. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The Finance Committee report is adopted. To the bill.
Okay, back to the bill. Anyway,
Representative
House
Beckman.
Bill 1079. 1079 was initiated by Colorado counties to require the development of a joint resolution and recommendations for use of the state's temporary assistant for needy families. The good news is everyone is in agreement with conditions of this legislation and are appreciative of the opportunity to work together. Long-range planning developed collaboratively with counties that administer TANF will help Colorado prepare for the future, add transparency, provide stability. This is good governance. I ask for your support.
Is there any further discussion on House Bill 1079? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of House Bill 1079. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. House Bill 1079 is adopted. Majority Leader Becker.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move that we rise and report.
You have heard the motion.
Thank you.
Seeing no objection, the committee will rise and report.
The House will come to order. Mr. Randall, please read the report of the Committee of the Whole.
Madam Speaker, your Committee of the Whole Big Lead report has on its consideration the following attached bills, being the second reading thereof, makes the following recommendations thereon. House Bill 1010 is amended. House Bill 1079 is amended. Passed the second reading or engrossed, placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. House Bill 1005 laid over until February 2nd, 2018, retaining its place on the calendar.
Representative Jackson. Members, you have heard the motion, and there are no amendments at the desk. With all those in favor, please open the machine and proceed to vote. Representative Kennedy.
Madam Speaker, I can auction it off if you want to raise it from that side.
All right, Representative Kennedy is excused. But will somebody let me know as soon as he comes back into the chamber? All right. Please close the machine. With 61 yes votes, 0 no votes, and 4 excused, the report of the Committee of the Whole is adopted. All right. Announcements and introductions. Any announcements or introductions? Representative Singer.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Once again, well, I can't top that.
Representative Kennedy, that will be a $5 fine. Representative Singer, announcements and introductions.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. How far the Kennedys have fallen since the State of the Union. So joint local government, we will see you upon adjournment of the Senate and in room 271, joint local government, room 271 upon adjournment. Don't forget your JBC packets.
Announcements and introductions. Any further announcements or introductions? All right, going once, going twice. Seeing no further announcements or introductions, Madam Majority Leader.
That's not me.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that we stand in recess till 1 o'clock today.
All right, seeing no objection, we will stand in recess until 1 o'clock today.